Picture this, strangers. Prague, 1588. A man named Edward Kelly stumbles through the cobblestone streets, blood dripping from the stumps where his ears used to be. The emperor had them cut off for forgery, but that was just the beginning of his troubles. You see, Kelly claimed he could turn lead into gold, and when you promise kings unlimited wealth, you better be able to deliver. Tonight, he's racing to his laboratory, not for gold, but for something far more dangerous. Something that would make him rich beyond measure, or kill him trying. Welcome to the twisted world of alchemy, where science met madness and the pursuit of perfection led to some very permanent consequences.
Welcome, stranger.
Strangers.
Society. Welcome to the secret society.
Strangers?
Well, we're starting off with ears getting sliced off.
That's right. That's hardcore.
Up there, yeah.
Old man Stumpy out there. God
Yeah,
damn.
that's a breeding ground.
Call him Bob in a little bit. He's just out in the ocean.
Yeah, it's pretty extreme.
Don't go
punishment.
claiming shit you can't do.
No,
That's
I mean,
facts.
in those days, your word is your bond, you know?
Mhm. I always imagine that being like really, really like one of the worst things to have to do is like go in front of like a noble and like beg for whatever it is, like your life or food or land, whatever it is. Like,
Limbs,
yeah,
fingers.
yep, anything. Just like,
Like, how am I going to make this into gold
yeah,
without
I
fingers?
gave you
man?
4 cows already. Like, I need my hands, man.
Well, I need
Yeah.
6.
Shit, I got no hands.
Too bad. No hands to take care of any cows.
Well, this is an episode that we're diving into some alchemy. Not quite still alive, but
That
is
we
the
know of.
precursor to our modern sciences. So,
Absolutely. So it's got a very rich history, we'll say, and a lot of people that thought they could become very rich or even immortal. So stay tuned as we continue through this. So essentially, for over 2,000 years, brilliant minds devoted their lives to cracking the ultimate code, transforming base metals into gold, which is, I feel, probably what a lot of people think alchemy when they think of alchemy. That might be the first thing that comes to mind. Actually, it never was mine. Somehow I came into learning about alchemy on the other side, the life elixir, that kind of thing. So, but the other thing was discovering the secret to eternal life. But this wasn't just about getting rich quick. This was about playing God, and the bodies that piled up along the way tell a very different story than we may remember from fairy tales. So we are talking about secret laboratories hidden beneath churches, coded manuscripts that still haven't been cracked. More on that later. Royal courts where one failed experiment could mean death by torture or disfigurement.
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah. And some of these alchemists genuinely believed that they were unlocking divine secrets.
See, I just want to be a farmer in medieval times. Like, nobody fucks with farmers.
Yeah, I mean, they need
Like,
you.
I'm not trying to get
I mean,
disfigured.
you might be disfigured from your rudimentary farming equipment.
Just get ergot
True.
poisoning and just go crazy and die.
Yeah,
You're good.
that too.
Yeah. Joke's on you. I'm popping ergot like it's going out of
And the
style.
tolerance just tripping out all day. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, I'm an ergot farmer.
Wow,
Come
this
on
evolved
now.
very quickly. That's great for you, Josh. I love that for you.
Yes.
Can't wait to try some.
Who knows? Maybe that's how Josh's lineage survived plagues and to bring us Josh today.
Just like, oh, that's ergot. Oh.
Piece of candy. Piece of candy.
Don't try this at home, kids. I don't know.
Just do LSD like an adult.
Okay, let's see. Others were very creative con artists because we can't have anything, any innovation, anything, let's just say that, without being the fringe people that ruin it for everyone.
Yeah, you need your snake oil salesman. You need them.
Yes, you need your My Pillow guy, even in medieval times, I guess.
An alchemist,
his
My
lineage
Pillow
survived
guy.
too, also. So I guess this is what happened.
Fuck.
But
I'm just picturing them like painting rocks gold and be like, yo, let's turn this lead into gold, son.
Not too far from that exact thing. Yeah. So tonight we're following the blood-soaked trail from ancient Egypt to medieval Europe, where ambition, obsession, and a little dose of mercury poisoning created some of history's most fascinating and terrifying characters.
Little mercury
No, of course
never hurt
not.
anybody.
Put it in your makeup, put it in everything, suck on the pen as you're making those thermometers.
I would love a time machine for
Yeah,
like these reasons. like whoa. You might want to not put so much like asbestos powder on your face right now.
Right.
Like,
just a hot tip.
Just ease up on the colloidal silver right now so you don't turn blue.
Step it back.
I mean, sadly, there's people still misusing the colloidal.
And there's a cult we'll talk about.
Oh,
I hope they're like Smurfs.
Something. Mother God, I think they called her, and she basically died from silver poisoning and alcoholism.
Wow. Yeah, the two probably didn't help each other out. Her liver's just like, nope.
Like, fuck you, I'm out.
Help!
Liver just dropped out.
Here. Yeah. Wow. So we will start where a lot of things started in life, with ancient Egypt. So in ancient Egypt, we know that gold wasn't just a metal, it was divine flesh to them. They believed that it was the skin of the gods. We see this in all of the artistry that survives. Gold was their jam. I mean, I'm a silver girly myself, so I don't know, but
they just had that.
But I get it. They believe it's indestructible and eternal, so not wrong, in those assessments. But when you are dealing with pharaohs who think that they are living deities, that's not just metallurgy. That is theology with a body count. I like that statement.
Theology with a body count. Jesus.
It happens far too much in human history, because I have episodes that are coming up where it's the same basic thing. Theology with a body count.
Yeah.
I don't know. I want to put on my tinfoil hat real quick. Gold is a super good conductor of electricity, and then you can talk about pyramids being energy sources.
Well, let me readjust my tinfoil hat. That's
chemistry is alchemy.
What if our obsession with the gold is handed down from like the Anunnaki, who had us farm it, and we didn't really understand it, so we're like, oh, this is the best stuff ever. The gods want it, it's got to be the greatest. And then we get obsessed with it.
That's really funny, because while I was doing chores this morning, I was listening to the Epic of Gilgamesh audio.
Little light listening this morning. That's
no big deal. Just the first story ever told.
Hugging full-grown lions.
Yes, kitty.
Also, don't try that at home. So, Egyptian metalworkers could already do things that would seem to be supernatural. Gilding objects, creating alloys, dyeing fabrics with colors that have lasted centuries, which is pretty amazing, because we know what we've come up with so far fades after the third wash. And, so
especially exposed to like the conditions of Egypt and Northern Africa, that's crazy.
But this is where it gets interesting. They were definitely not sharing their secrets. These techniques were closely guarded, passed down through temple workshops where artisans swore blood oaths to protect their mysteries. So when Alexander the Great conquered Egypt in 332 BCE, those Greek philosophers didn't just take the gold, they took the knowledge. They set up shop in Alexandria and started mixing. And we all know where.
Could you
Yes,
imagine if the
that's-
Library of
that's what I was gonna
Alexandria
say,
didn't
yeah.
I
burn?
was going to
How
go there
much
too.
we
Oh,
lost.
There's
Yeah.
a few places that it didn't they didn't get destroyed. I think we'd be on a whole different trajectory at this point.
And isn't that just wild to think about?
Mhm.
Like how, and we just don't know what we don't know. What was there that we just don't.
But I think what's interesting is that I think because of social media and the internet, are living through a sped up version of like that lost knowledge. Like very rarely now, like knowledge is handed down like through person to person, like experience. And it's all on the internet, and no one decides
like
to
that.
memorize it because you could just pull it up at any
Oh.
point. And with all that, like
Mhm.
like you're talking about, the base knowledge is no longer necessary. Like we don't need to
Right.
know how the computer works. I just need to turn it on. Like
Damn, the internet is
Ooh.
the new library.
it really is though. But
Yeah.
I still love a library. Love the smell of a library.
Yeah.
I know, but like,
Yeah, man.
damn. Stone thoughts. The internet is the new Library of Alexandria. So if that bitch crashes,
Oh
Oh,
yeah,
we
that's
lose
one of the
everything.
biggest like worries, especially with AI and everything
Yes.
now, is that like AI can decide to just gatekeep all of a sudden. It's like, I don't want to let you have access to any of this anymore. You guys can't handle it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're just
Yeah,
left with
halt your
like
progression.
Smurfs and like Nickelodeon, and it's like, well, they'll be happy.
And yeah, and that guy over there is just drinking too much colloidal silver.
It's crazy, man. From alchemy to AI.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's a disturbing thought. But essentially, this is when alchemy stops being just about making pretty things and jewelry and what can we mix and create, and starts being about rewriting the laws of nature. Dun dun dun.
Classic.
So we'll jump into the Islamic parts of this, the Islamic Golden Age. So this would be the 8th to the 13th centuries. So Europe's busy with plagues and crusades. So Islamic scholars were preserving and perfecting ancient alchemical knowledge. And
Yeah,
they
see?
weren't, just
Pays to wash
translating-
their hands a couple times a day.
Yeah.
Filthy European.
Yes. So they're not just translating the text, they are advancing the science.
Mm.
And one famous alchemist was, and I apologize for pronunciation as always, Jabir Hayyan, known in the West as Geber, which didn't help me that much, was basically,
Hey, my boy
was
Geb over there.
basically the godfather of experimental chemistry. So what he did was refined distillation, documented crystallization, developed laboratory equipment that we would recognize to this day. We have not perfected upon what he designed. He also, though, believed in transmutation. He's a brilliant scientist by day, obsessed with impossible transformations by night.
Maybe.
So,
Yeah.
and also is much guarded the culture of secrecy in what he was doing and how he was doing it. They developed elaborate coded languages and symbolic systems that would make a serial killer's cipher look extremely simple in this day and time.
Yeah, they did.
And you may think, why? Why would you do this? Why would you go to such great lengths? Because knowledge was power, and power was very dangerous. And I would say in those days,
Oh,
but
man, what if-
still, that still reigns true.
What if the Zodiac Killer's letters were based
He
off of
figured it
alchemy
out.
code?
Yeah, we would have
Mm-hmm.
probably been talking about him a lot more.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
there's all kinds of writing that AI now is like starting to like put together and like do in different ways than the human brain is thought about. Crazy.
Oh yeah, AI has got its own
But it
language
also-
now.
Oh, no.
The way it can decipher language is so different than us because it can take in so much information and it doesn't have our pattern recognizing like bias. because like each of us has like a different kind of pattern recognition. Like we all gravitate towards different patterns, and AI is just like, nah, boom, here's this. This is what you missed. This is what it is. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. AI is
scary.
Yeah.
So now we'll jump to medieval Europe. So by the Middle Ages, alchemy has reached Europe, and then as medieval Europe does, it makes things get a little darker.
Of course,
it
wouldn't be
not.
medieval Europe without that.
Here we go.
We literally had a dark ages.
Exactly. So this would include monastery basements filled with bubbling cauldrons, monks conducting experiments between prayers, the Catholic Church trying to decide if this was divine revelation or demonic sorcery. And this is when the Philosopher's Stone became the ultimate obsession.
Yes. Now this is my jam. This is where I jump on the alchemy train.
Yeah.
Because there's some crazy theories about what this stone is.
It might not even be a stone.
It's not the stone you want it to be.
We've got some.
It's close.
I hope it's not a kidney stone. That shit
close.
hurts.
So the Philosopher's Stone was not just a way to make gold. Supposedly, this granted eternal life through something called the elixir of life. And you can imagine now the temptation that this would bring. Unlimited wealth and immortality. Because what's the point in being immortal if you're poor?
Well, I mean, you can like get money forever because
like money
you're
glitch.
immortal, so it doesn't matter. I mean, like
yeah. So that's the kind of thing that starts to make smart people, do very stupid things and very dangerous things to themselves and others. So medieval alchemists would have worked in constant fear. If you get it wrong, you could potentially, per the Catholic Church, be burned at the stake or otherwise killed because you were a heretic.
I was about to ask how close was like alchemy and witchcraft and heresy all tied into one of these times.
And it's gonna, like so many things, it's gonna just depend who's on the throne, whether they are all for it or they are against it, and definite roller coaster ride. But even if they're all for it, when it came to alchemy, you've still got problems.
And it's got to not be for your own interest. It's got to be for the ruling interest. Like then you're witchcraft. As soon as you're doing it for like your gain, they're like, nah, all for his ear.
Yeah. I just healed this granny's fucking sickness. Oh yeah, no, you're a witch now. You can't be doing that shit.
So, like I was saying, there's a theory that the Philosopher's Stone is coming from the essence of the human body, which they obtained through urine. So the theory is basically like collect urine, distill it, crystallize it, like for an extremely long period of time. Like,
I mean, this is what R. Kelly was trying to do.
Our chemistry. No, but like that's so like I always think of like alchemy as like this like somewhat like smart and like scientific like thing, like like these people know a little bit about life more than the people around them, but like then you find out they're like peeing in cups and letting it sit on their windowsill for a year and a half and then drinking it or eating it, like it's like, how smart were you?
Not very.
I know. It's thoroughly disgusting in the name of science.
I just wanted to get that out of the way before we got too far away from
I'm glad. I'm glad you did. People need that image in their mind and that taste in their mouth.
Bring up Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Didn't.
So gross, my camera's glitching.
Camera can't take it.
But so on the opposite side of that, you think, well, I'm in the king or queen's favor with what I'm doing as my, my little alchemy lab. But no, you're still not winning at all, because if you get it right, then they just want to steal your secrets and they will, let's just say, working conditions would not be ideal for you.
It today. It's like anybody who comes up with a way to power a car besides like fossil fuel. It's like, bye-bye. Don't see this
Yeah.
guy anymore.
Right. So the alchemists called their ultimate process the magnum opus, or the great work.
Fuck yeah. Like, that's
But
such a dope word.
it is. I mean, it's very grand. But this wasn't just chemistry. It was also, they put themselves through psychological torture, sometimes disguised, or they thought it was a spiritual journey. And it just shows the dedication that they really had, that these people were very much believed in what they were doing.
I feel like it's
Or
like you have to. Like if you're like half-assed, you're probably gonna die.
yeah, very true, very true. So they, with this spiritual journey side, so there would be 4 stages of symbolic death and rebirth. So there was Negredo, blackness, the death of the old. So in practical terms, burning, dissolving, and destroying your materials until nothing recognizable remained. Albedo, whiteness, purification. Washing away the corruption, often with acids that could burn through skin. Citrinitas, yellowness, the awakening. The material starts to transform, getting closer to gold. Rubedo, redness, the final perfection. So either you're going to have success or a spectacular failure. And failure could mean explosions, injuries, your lab going bye-bye.
Yeah, like in a day and age where like there's no dynamite. It's not like people are like just blowing stuff up all the time. Like it's just all of a sudden, like in the bottom of a church, just blows up.
Right.
Just like a medieval meth lab.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
That's,
exactly what it is.
Actually, yeah, that's a good way to put it.
And you'd have to imagine, like, if these guys are like, you know, getting high on their own supply, like they're not always
Who knows what
mixing,
fumes are going on down
they're
there?
not always mixing the right stuff.
I'm just down here huffing my volcanic fumes.
Yeah, someone had to figure out bleach and ammonia is deadly. Like,
just down there making chlorine gas.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So the disturbing fact is that many believed that you couldn't achieve this external transformation without internal purification. So just going through those steps and creating that, making that process happen was not going to do it for the spiritual
So you burned your
awakening.
skin for acid for nothing.
Well, so they more subjected themselves. So it was like the process that we described, but also adding in extreme fasting, mercury consumption, and ritual isolation, which we now know, like from prisons and things like that, you know, self or solitary, what do they call it? Confinement.
Solitary confinement.
Yeah, is not a good thing.
No, it's not a good thing for people at all.
is
Yeah.
Don't take mercury.
Is it just me though, or is this like a pattern still? Like this attempt for like the Western culture to like change the Eastern philosophies into like a tangible science. Like, because there's monks doing isolation, meditation, changing the inside before the outside, all this metaphysical stuff, but they're not like trying to mix it in a bowl in front of them.
That's very true. That's a very good
Like,
point. Yeah.
But it's the
Because
same
they're
thing even
always
now
on
in
the
modern
inside.
medicine. Like a lot of, you know, whatever you call it, they call it like new age medicine, which doesn't make any sense, but like is all about like holistic, inside to outside, mental state. And
Right.
doctors are just like, oh no, it's Zoloft. There you go. Mental state's good.
No, it's very true.
Now that I'm
Yeah.
a chemical
Mhm.
lobotomized
It's just
zombie.
this East versus West thing that's like science versus like the self.
No, that's a very good point. That yeah, they have to have the, no matter to what detriment, proof.
Mm-hmm.
The visual, not just the
Mhm.
feeling or the have to take it a step too far in a lot of cases. So
Dangerous.
the Renaissance brought alchemy into the royal courts, and that's when we start to see it become really lethal. Emperor Rudolph II turned Prague into an alchemical playground, attracting every charlatan genius and madman in Europe.
I'm just picturing like the whole town is just nothing but magicians and con men, and I'm just like, I want no part of this.
Pretty
town.
much. Well, he had his hands on some pretty important stuff and like stuff that we still don't even understand today. So
Which is,
it's kind of crazy.
yeah. And these were not just laboratories. I mean, it's a high stakes gambling den, and the currency is human life at this point.
Oh yeah, brother. I'd rather fight for my life than live it.
I'm not like swallowing random acids though, just to
No.
prove that I know what I'm doing. Like,
No.
ugh.
Yeah, no. I do like the clever.
I was just thinking of like
switcheroo,
the
and it's like
Princess
eating grape
Bride. Like
juice.
that's what you think I would think you would think I would do.
But actually, I thought you would think that I would think that you would do that, so I'm actually doing this thing that you thought I would think
Exactly.
you would think that I would do.
Off there.
So before
Okay.
we go any further, we brought up Rudolph, and no,
He's not the
Well,
red-nosed
an
reindeer.
emperor. He's got some swag.
I mean, he could be
Got a little
out there
swag. He's
sniffing
got
all
that,
the
like,
alchemy
curl, that black
fumes.
curl for the day, but he had his hands on the
Okay.
Voynich Manuscript. Nothing glitched. I said it.
Oh
right.
shit!
So we've been talking about this thing for like weeks amongst ourselves, and
trying
we've
as much
tried
as
to
we
do
can.
Trying to
episodes
talk
on
about
it.
it.
It keeps getting stopped somehow. Yeah, but like Jen was saying, they tried to keep these things like super duper top secret. And there's a book that is dated back to the 1400s. It's in a language that no one could read. It's called Voynich.
Yeah.
Yep.
Not
They
even
fed it through
AI.
AI. AI can't read it. It has somewhat of a language pattern, so they do believe that it may actually say something and not just be gibberish. But it's around 240 pages of unreadable language with crazy pictures. It's got like plants with square roots and like just things that have never been seen on Earth.
Oh yeah. Plants that would
Yeah.
not look like they would be
And,
from here.
You
at
know,
all.
part
Naked people in tubs, and like they've got their arms in
Yeah.
like tube machines and
it's
stuff like that.
almost
It's weird.
like it may be written and drawn in metaphor, not written, drawn in like metaphor maybe. But there is a whole bunch of theories, and one of the theories that I like to cling to just because it's more fun is that this manuscript is a copy of something even older from like a lost civilization, that like maybe this is one of the only things that like jumped the gap, and like we have no context, no reference. It's before a cataclysmic flood, so like plants aren't recognizable, animals aren't
Right.
recognizable, but they're similar. Exactly.
Same but different. What if it's
That's
just a
also a
medieval
possibility,
schizophrenic's
you know?
diary?
Yeah.
And it's also one of those things where like we know now people do things called like automatic writing. And like that's for people that are at least educated enough to write. Like what if you were doing that and like try to like, but you don't
Yeah.
know what letters are, so you're just like you know, everyone didn't spell
Wow.
and read back then and
Yeah.
write, so maybe just like, oh, this is what I feel like, these loops
Yeah.
are perfect, and like, and then you just draw some funky pictures and someone picks it up 400 years later and is like,
What?
I'm gonna live forever.
Uh-huh. Says I
One
need
cup
piss.
daily.
But no, it's alchemy.
There is a
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think the
Yeah.
Voynich manuscript is like definitely like a really,
Yes.
really secretive like alchemy book that
100%.
nobody's been able to crack
It's,
the
yeah.
code. Because there's probably like another book out there
Well, I
that's
never
like
thought
the
about it
cipher.
like that. Like there's like
Oh, that'd be
another like a
wild.
key. Like
See?
we're missing a key to the whole thing.
Yeah, did
Yeah.
the guy who discovered that, did he go back and check? It was probably the book like right next to it.
Could you imagine?
Yeah, no
Could you
shit.
imagine? And then like some just random person that can give a shit about like literature picked it up and is like,
Gibberish.
I just need some paper, and just starts
Oh,
rolling the joint
oh,
with
yeah.
it. It's like no one
Yeah.
ever knows that existed. Wow.
Oh,
There's
can you
probably
imagine
so
how
many
much stuff
things.
that's happened to though?
But
in
I think there's a
history?
lot of
Oh,
things,
it just
like-
like hurts my soul.
Like Egypt. Like how many times we've walked into these like rooms and just made up ideas for what they were for,
Mm.
having no
Yeah.
idea. Like,
right.
bitch, that was a closet. What are you talking about? That's why there's so much junk in there. Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean? This could be stored shit.
Oh, the pyramids were a giant monument to the pharaoh. Name me one pharaoh that's been found in a pyramid.
And the Great Pyramid has
I'll
a
wait.
tomb that doesn't have a cap and can't really
Yeah.
fit a person. So,
Nope.
no,
But I'm no Egypt archaeologist.
I'm not saying it's aliens.
I'm not
My
saying
name
it's
is
aliens,
not
But
Dr.
it's
Zaki
but-
Hawass. Yeah.
All right, back. Oh, well, we got through the Voynich Manuscript pretty much unscathed. I do want to do a little bit more. We'll do like a little side episode on it for sure, and like
Yes,
really get into it. But
Mhm.
we did it.
we did it. Yay.
But this thing had everything. It had like plants,
Astrological,
weird
yeah.
math stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
star
And
charts.
again,
Yeah.
it really lends its hand to like I'm talking to someone that knows what this is, and no one else
Absolutely.
needs to know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's like a very niche alchemy circle of like, oh, this is what this plant represents. And then
I always think of, because there are
corresponding
literal
other things.
square roots.
Alchemy.
I always think like that's like some kind of like
yeah,
you're trying
square
to
root.
say
That's
Yeah.
right on the
with that.
nose.
Like, so I don't know.
It's really cool, and I'm sure we'll have a picture thrown up from.
Oh yeah,
So yeah, you guys
Pictures.
can have a look.
Jeremy will smack it up right there.
I mean, you got to see this, yeah, and it definitely too covers the spiritual and the practical in that it via the
Mhm.
pictures. Obviously, we have no idea what the
Mhm.
writing says, but it's just so it's alchemy. I feel 100%. Don't need
Genesis.
So
ancient
it's
ghosts coming down, and
Just
but
an earless ghost
what I
comes down
think.
is like, that's my book, bitch.
That's one alchemy. Like pottery.
Yo,
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, my
was
drunk
drunk.
musings. So we're gonna go back and talk about the guy, the earless guy that was in our opening, Edward Kelly. So this
Earward
was,
Kelly.
yeah,
Ear-
nicknamed Ears.
carry
Yeah.
on my earwood
So
stutter,
we were
son.
talking about the Emperor Rudolph II. So Edward Kelly was Rudolph's star alchemist.
Mm.
And you might think, oh, cool, not cool. It's never cool to
No.
be like this guy's.
No,
yeah,
because
it's
he
not-
had his
it's never
ears
a
cut
good
off.
thing. But
Just
already
blend
fucked up
in, bro.
once.
You don't want to stand out. You don't want to be number one. You don't want
Yeah.
to be last.
You don't want to be the guy.
Edward did not think this through. He did not heed any of that advice. It just never crossed his head. He was
He was the Ricky Bobby of
over
the time.
the top. So
He wasn't hearing none of that.
No, he claimed that he could communicate with angels, transmute metals, but yeah, again, he was a convicted forger who had his ears cut off for fraud. So, but Rudolph does not care about this. Somehow he is overlooking all of that, and he still believes that Edward can produce results for him.
Because he's an equal opportunity employer. He's like, hey man, I don't care that you fucked up.
Really,
in the past.
just Edward's
don't
just like
fuck
a
up
guy
again.
who yes ends because he can't hear anything. So he's just like,
Right.
like yeah,
Yeah,
I
oh,
could do
yeah.
that.
Right?
Yeah, I could do that. Yeah, I could do that.
That's
For sure. Yeah,
probably-
yeah.
It's like I like this guy. This guy has a can-do attitude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy is a yes man. You're gonna go far in this
the
company.
problem with the royal alchemists, could be that if you obviously they'll kill you if you fail to deliver. They just get out of the mood or out of the favor of alchemy in general.
They'll be like, nah, it's Mercury. It's not the
Exactly.
right time. I can't
That
transmute.
could very
like,
well happen.
It's this person's
And
moon
we have
cycle
so
back
many
here. I can't do it.
from, mental problems from inbreeding and different things
Oh.
from royal lines that
So
the
messy.
whims could get ridiculous on what they favored and didn't from minute to minute. But alternatively, if you were good, you were not a fraudster, and you actually could do some things, and you were very serious about your alchemy, then they could imprison you, because they can't let you just live in your own free will, because you might reach out to another kingdom. Someone else might find out about you and overthrow their reign. So you were a liability to. So, I mean, you might have a decent prison cell. I don't know, but I
No,
mean,
you go live in a big tree in the woods and grow a big white beard and become a wizard. And talk to squirrels. Yeah.
Pretty
would
much.
be preferable.
Man, that's
That
very
would
Disney
be
of you.
The best outcome for a royal alchemist, for sure.
feel like this is not how that happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
Ew.
that's so obviously Edward could not do any of those things, and he just
Man, I would try to
fades
find so much
away
fool's gold.
like many of these, would. What happened to them? I don't know. Or it could have been a massive infection from his ears being chopped off. Who knows?
Who's
I
that guy
mean,
in the
come
Iron
on.
Mask? Oh, I don't know.
Yeah,
Some dude,
exactly. Yeah,
you know,
Yeah,
he
just-
came.
what guy?
came
What
with it, I
guy?
don't know.
Come on now.
right.
Just came with the house.
So
Don't ask questions.
talking just well, I don't know if we should. We kind of made it, but well, we'll try. Just a touch on the manuscript. We'll just say the
Yeah.
manuscript from now on. So that was the Voynich that we think is. That definitely wasn't the only one. We know that they did use these things, and they weren't all just kept, up in the old noggin
yeah.
and orally passed down. I don't know. Maybe some
Mhm.
people. I mean, I guess ADHD existed then too. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Surely. So I mean, it'd be like me. So,
No, but it was demons in your head.
He's got demons in his legs. He can't sit still.
Yeah.
Cut him off.
But I mean,
He's got a
I
headache.
can
We got to
imagine,
drill into his head.
my alchemist grandpa being like, "I've got something very important to pass down to you. You need to commit this to memory." Immediately gone.
Yep.
Like
What?
my brain, like what?
Just like,
I don't-
Chicken.
I can't. No, right.
Squirrel.
And due to the secretive nature of their work, but you have to pass this knowledge to someone, and so there were manuscripts and developed into this secret language that were very unique to the person doing them, these ciphers and things like that.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm sure
But-
a lot of times it was like the alchemist and an apprentice, and like that was it.
Exactly.
And
That
then
was the word I was looking
yeah.
for. Exactly. And so, and again, we still, can't
The old
crack
rule
most
of
of these.
two.
But there is what we do know of a code. So lead would become the black crow.
Mm.
So if you saw that, that's what they would, so these are just a
Okay.
few of the universal ones. Well, I wouldn't say universal, but you know what I mean. So that's appropriate. Crows are scavengers feeding on death. Gold was the Red King, royal, powerful, and blood colored. Mercury became the Green Lion, beautiful but deadly if you get too close. Sulfur was the dragon, volatile and ready to explode. So those are just the few things that we actually know for sure that were some symbols. And that's a very short list considering thousands of years of alchemy and secret languages, that's the only thing anyone knows, like we think for sure. Yeah.
Just
And
a
I would be
few
interested to
symbols
know,
out of a bunch of knowledge.
like, if that changes per region, per like different
Oh.
animals are in different. I mean, crows are kind of
Oh, I'm
everywhere,
sure.
but like,
Yeah,
you know,
or is that like
I'm sure. 100%.
yeah? Because like, is
Yeah,
Mercury
like-
always a green lion? Couldn't it be like a teal squirrel?
Yeah, depending on what you're.
Is it alchemy specific?
yeah,
Is it
I
alchemist
don't know, but it's
specific?
weird that they can just use different and it would just, and like you may not even recognize it. Like it could be your recipe, but like if it's traveled across the country
Yeah.
and like come back, all the codes might be different, but it might say the same thing.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a game of telephone.
Yeah, exactly.
It's weird.
That could blow up your laboratory.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
shocking.
it should kind of like today's day and age, we have hazardous material sheets, and all the signs are the same, and like they're color coded and number coded, and like you can't mix gases, and you can't like they're just like maybe this is mercury. Boom. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and that's a
Boom.
good time to talk about mercury. So mercury poisoning was rampant among alchemists, and the symptoms of a mercury poisoning. So the light end would be tremors. That would be the best case scenario for you. Paranoia was a fun one. Memory loss, which would be excruciatingly bad if you are an alchemist and trying to keep secret manuscripts.
What's the crow again? Shit.
Yeah, and of course, eventual death.
I
let
heard
me
he
hit that
put
mercury
mercury
again,
in
yo.
here. Yo, you know that merc
Yeah.
pin?
So death obviously being the absolute worst, and
Vaping
the
mercury up there.
depending on if they're just like slow poisoning themselves, not realizing it, and then these things are just a gradual until death, or if you just do a mega dose and there you go.
And they must have not had a full understanding of how like deadly and serious like mercury could be. Like, because we were using it up until like the 80s in thermometers.
True.
So like how like serious could we we thought like don't ingest it, you'll be fine if you don't ingest, but like they're like, oh, it's in my suntan lotion.
Oh yeah, I know. It's a wonder anybody made it. Some of these.
Do you remember that, Jen? Do you remember like a thermometer breaking in class and the teacher being like, stop,
move out of it?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm so fucking old.
Same. And so now what we have to wonder is any like mystical visions that alchemists may have described or talked about, could that have been heavy metal poisoning?
Yeah, well,
that was, eating away at the brain, because that's one thing that we know about poisonings of whatever you're using, is that can be a very slow thing, and most of them probably weren't dying of like huge mega doses. They probably were accidentally, by exposure and or ingestion, a process over time.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine their little laboratories being well ventilated.
No, like under the basement of a church.
No.
Yeah, probably right next to like a dead body they were dissecting yesterday.
Oh yeah,
these guys were doing everything. They weren't like, nope.
Not even a bandana over the face, nothing.
So, again, the accidental
gloves,
explosions, these are, it's going to happen when you have no idea what you're working with. I mean, a lot of, inventions we have today didn't come at a cost of, or how we know what plants we cannot eat. Somebody found out the hard way.
Exactly.
That's the unfortunate truth.
Like, I always think about there was a day in human history when someone had to figure out like, how far can I fall without dying? Like, well, like, maybe not even like that, but like, one day they jumped off of something that was 6 feet, perfectly fine. The next day they're chasing their prey and they're like, oh, this is a 12-foot one, I'll be fine. Dead.
Yeah.
And then somebody's like, damn.
So like
Steve,
12 feet.
I remember
the mark.
Can't jump from that high.
We had the toxic gas inhalation, as you mentioned, poor ventilation, acid burns from sulfuric acid and nitric acid experiments, and then just mysterious ailments that plagued the community that we have no idea. Maybe drinking or scraping at that point, crystallized urine from 8 years ago, maybe does something. I don't know.
What's crazy is that the possibilities are literally endless.
Right.
Like, they could have mixed anything and everything they came across and just been like, yeah, let's see what happens.
Right.
And like, you could mix just like different water sources, different shit happens. There's different, like brackish, salt, fresh, like marsh, like peat marsh bogs are like completely different in sediment than like, a lake or like Lake Michigan. Like, and you're just like,
you find different organisms in standing water, still water versus like
and they're
running
just like
water.
every day, like, hey, let's try it.
Oh, I bet you they like drank some shitty water or something and got like the parasite where it eats your brains.
Well, you would have to have like Giardia is probably rampant. All that kind of stuff is regular. Pinworms, roundworms, like that's just life. Like you're living in stables and shit. Like you're not clean.
And other than that, you would have just good old-fashioned murder, could happen between rivals, between apprentices threatening to reveal secrets or falling
out. That's the cool aspect. Like, there's only one guy that knows battles. What, like, boysenberry and iron do together or whatever, and it's like,
yeah.
Like, and then, like, no one can test and be like, hey, he died from, like, boysenberry poisoning. Nope.
What?
Steve's dead, man. I don't know what happened to him. Fell over.
I mean, they'd probably just believe it in that community. They're like, I don't know.
I try that iron.
I also wonder how many times these guys like were in some kind of society, had nefarious like intentions towards the ruling class that was like secretly feeding them like silver or like Mercury to
Yeah.
like build that line of royalty.
Lead.
I
Like,
mean,
I want his son to be in charge because he's in my pocket, Game of Thrones style, you know.
absolutely. I mean, that's
Done.
probably one of the many reasons, been the rise of poison, like just other poison that we know of, that they, had to have their taste testers and all that
So
before they would eat.
yeah.
So we'll talk just a little bit about some of the con artists, the famous failures and frauds. So the con artists, of course, they just know exactly how to exploit royal greed in general. Dangerous game to play, but here we are. So I guess you didn't live long anyway, so you might as well, take a shot.
Roll the dice, right?
So we have Alessandro Cagliostro, which sounds made up to me, and actually, because his real name was Giuseppe Balsamo. Not as cool, but still up there. He was a 18th century scammer who convinced European nobility he possessed the elixir of life. So he would do stage demonstrations using hidden gold. So it would make it look like he had done just a magician's tricks, basically. Fake testimonials from paid actors. Still excellent.
Damn, it's just
tool.
Like, shit hasn't even changed.
Can't even trust
Not
an
at
Amazon
Hiring
review.
flash mobs to like convince him that he can like hypnotize people.
Yep. Mysterious powders that were really just colored sand. He made an absolute fortune, though, until he was imprisoned. So, yeah.
Until he was not.
He lived it up until then. So then we have John Dee, Elizabeth I, court astronomer. He fell for Edward Kelly's angel communication scam. So he believes in this. Kelly convinces Dee that angels were dictating alchemical secrets through scrying sessions.
Can we prove that they're not?
I mean, I guess that's part of the... Yeah.
Because like in today's day and age, that's channeling aliens
yeah.
and shit like that.
That's a good point.
This dude's doing CE5 before
Again,
CE5
I'm
was
just
cool.
here to say that anything's possible.
Yeah. Well, in this case, Kelly was making it up, and he fled with all the money Dee had given him for this, to teach him this knowledge and how to do this.
Damn.
So
D.
then we have Philippus Paracelsus. We'll go with that.
Sounds like a Harry Potter
He actually did genuinely advance medicine, but he also claimed he could, and this is wild, create artificial humans.
Oh, homunculus.
Yes. Extract the essence of youth from a virgin's blood.
My codex is coming
From
out.
blood?
Virgin's blood.
Oh, okay. Now that makes more sense, obviously.
Yeah.
He's silly me. Just
clearly. Yeah,
blood.
you can't just have any old blood.
Transmute base metals through spiritual purification.
Shoved up his butt.
He had... I mean, what way? Fast poisoning. So he had lots of followers, though, and people believed in this for centuries, trying to replicate the claims that he had, and probably much to their detriment, no doubt.
It's so crazy.
So all these things have their peaks and valleys, when things are very in vogue and the cool thing to do, and then they become, sort of a declining thing. But so by the 18th century, the scientific method was cutting through alchemical delusions and what these scientists would call real chemistry starts to take the forefront. However, a lot of credit. I mean, we kind of like crapped on these alchemy guys a little bit in the last, little while, but I mean, they really did make some serious advancements that we would have using rudimentary tools and knowledge and like experimenting on themselves.
They had to start somewhere.
Yeah, they're without their somebody's dedication to these things, we would have no idea.
Nerds.
Yeah. So we'll do quotes, real chemistry sort of takes the place of that, and key figures that were prominent in the transition were Robert Boyle, developed Boyle's Law while still searching for the Philosopher's Stone. Isaac Newton, that guy, secretly filled over 1 million words with alchemical pages with alchemical. I've said it like 5 times and now I can't say it. Alchemical notes and
Alchemic.
experiments. Antoine Lavoisier, you're welcome.
Hmm.
French disproved the 4 elements theory and established modern chemistry. But the ironic twist is while alchemists never found their Philosopher's Stone, they accidentally laid the foundation for modern science with tools that we still use today.
Mm-hmm.
Distillation techniques, acid production methods, metallurgy processes, and again, the laboratory equipment.
It's crazy that like they were like, yeah, so they were crazy. They were doing like wild stuff, but for the most part, like they are the only reason like we were able to set up a scientific method. Like they experimented so much that they were able to like rule out a whole bunch of stuff and just be like, okay, we filed it down for you. Now do something with it.
Exactly. I think that's so cool. I don't know. I mean,
It's-
Like
yeah, like we
chemistry
talk a lot
before,
of shit,
pre-chemistry.
but like we're interested in this stuff because it's fascinating through the human like history and the human mind to see like, well, like yeah, we were like kind of apish and dumb back then, but like we were doing what we could with what we had. That's really just the
exactly.
same as we're doing now. So
Exactly. So I think that's no FDA or whatever to oversee what you were doing and ensure. Well, let's not give them too much credit, but putting some safeguards in place, that kind of thing.
yeah, I mean it was unfortunately and still unfortunately a lot of that information is probably still held in some of those secret institutions. Yeah, that
Looking at
might
you, Vatican.
have, I mean, not maybe dramatic changes in what we know today, but might be able to like help us out with a few little things that we're struggling with right now, I'm sure.
Right. And so just a sort of a closing, thought to just we've kind of joked about like the My Pillow guy and how even though sometimes not really medieval Europe or anything, but human nature tendency to look back and think the good old days, when crime was lower, we think, and all these things, bad things weren't happening. We just are inundated with them today. But it's interesting to go back and realize even then, people were corrupting something and trying to,
It
take a
literally
real
tale as old as time. It's so sad.
but we still, so today, I mean, these things, continue. We have the like cryptocurrency is an example of something that is a little,
Well,
the
Elon Musk
promise
himself is like an alchemist, a modern day alchemist. Like he doesn't do any of that stuff. Like he just is good at talking about it and had a bunch of money to throw at it, like the church.
right.
He just has people in his basement blowing shit up and then takes credit for it.
Yeah, you're exactly. And we have the anti-aging industry that is a billions upon billions of dollar industry, in this
Which again,
skincare makeup, industry. I mean, the
just
money.
refined itself. It's just everything we do, we just make it a razor's edge. Like they were like, oh, we can't, men aren't falling for this shit. We'll just focus on women for this shit. But men love boobs.
It's absolutely, it's insanity. Yeah, we have recently, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there's a couple like billionaires. I don't know how they're billionaires. Because I don't care that much, but that are trying to live to be like over 150 or something. I'm not sure, but they're doing all of these crazy things.
I got an episode on Walt Disney.
Disrupt death. Oh,
wanting to live forever, also being like a Nazi sympathizer. But yeah, he wanted to like, he tried to freeze himself. He wanted to do the thing.
The supplements.
Yeah, there's that one billionaire, millionaire, or whatever. He like did all this crazy stuff, and like his cells went back to like the age.
I saw that. I don't know if I believe him though.
Yeah, and then like he broke down the cost of like all like the treatments and stuff that he had to do, and it was like $2.8 million or something like that a month he was spending on it. I was like, oh yeah, because everybody can fucking
and
do that.
It's like that's great to do all that, but you still have the things that you cannot control. A car accident, what's the and you're focusing,
a vampire.
You're becoming obsessed with trying to control something that is not within your control.
I bet you he had a
Oh.
blood person.
Yeah, he might be very dark,
Somebody that would
actually.
just give him blood.
But yeah, the supplement scams. I mean, we're seeing these things just pop up
Oh,
overnight. So
God.
all of this
Every
stuff,
day.
it just continues into
Athletic
modern
trainers, fucking
day.
Spurs,
Yes.
all the things. God, I can't take
Yes.
another ad.
Oh,
Keep-
Exactly.
Those things don't even like send you could sign up for them, but they won't mail you
Really?
shit to North Dakota. It's so weird.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they
Yeah.
don't exist. You're in a pocket dimension. That shit doesn't.
I don't exist.
Because it's
So, like,
just
is that in Eastern Europe?
this
Where
country's
is
too big. It's such an odd sensation to like have like clear references. Like I can reference California. Like it's very tangible to me. It's very far away. But like North Dakota doesn't exist. I might as well be talking about like
Aw.
Metropolis. Like I have no context for what it would be like to exist in North Dakota. Flatland and Buffalo, like what? It's wild to me.
I would
It's fucking
There's not
crazy.
shit out here.
see. I was going to say, oh, I'd like to see a buffalo, but we actually have somebody that has two, so I've seen them.
Oh, buffaloes are my favorite
Oh,
animal.
man, I love watching
really
those videos
cool.
of people
It's
getting
really
flipped
cool to
over
see 'em.
by buffalo.
Yeah.
They're so huge. Like if you go out to the Badlands, like going towards like Montana and stuff, you can go to
Mm.
Teddy Roosevelt State Park.
hmm
Fuck, those things are massive.
But yeah,
They're so
So-
mean.
that is
so
alchemy.
you before we get too
Alchemy.
far away from alchemy and start
Ah.
going on our tangents. I have a question. So what is your guys like thought on being able to live forever? Like does that sour life for you?
Oh,
I would
never.
fucking do it in
No.
a heartbeat. I would do it. Depends on like
that's
what
the
type of
problem.
immortality we're
Like,
talking
That's the
about.
problem.
Whatever you want. Whatever is what your ideal one.
Okay, so I can retain like my youth, not get sick. The only thing that could kill me is actually like getting
if you don't
shot
want
or
to.
something.
Even if you're invincible. Like
I see. I would fucking do it.
I
all day.
hate.
I think about it and it's tempting, but like my thing is like
Can I pass my immortality
No,
on
no.
to like have
You're
other people
alone.
that are immortal?
Exactly.
that's the hang up because I can't handle my dog dying.
Right.
So
Yep.
what am I going to do when centuries of people that I love
Exactly.
pass away around me?
Over and over.
And then I try to
again.
shoot myself and it
Oh,
doesn't
see,
work.
I would just become a
Like,
billionaire.
Yeah.
Ugh. No, see.
And then you have to explain
I would just become like so
Why-
disattached.
why you're not dying, why
Yeah.
you're not aging, why is this not
you have to
happening?
constantly move.
I'd have so many different
Yeah, but see,
identities
this has
throughout
gotten-
the UC. I've thought
It's
about
gotten
this
too hard
so
to
many
do that now. Just think how
times.
hard it would be now, much less as who knows when they start implanting us
Mhm.
with chips and who knows.
And
what
Nick,
the
your name
future
has
holds.
to be tied to
Mm.
everything to do anything.
Oh, I feel like you would start going insane because like your brain
Mhm.
can't
Right.
handle like all those
right.
memories.
Let me rephrase this question. What if you could be guaranteed an amount of time? Like, what if you said, like, what if someone came to you and was like,
Like, what do you mean?
I can give you 150 years?
That's okay. I could do
Bet.
that
Let's run
because
it up.
I think.
But do you
yeah.
age slower?
Yeah, I
See-
mean, yeah, maybe age is relative. Like, you're 150
Because like I don't want to be
and
like
you're
a fucking
80
like
in
Right.
physics.
50-year-old
Yes, like
mummy
in a nursing
person.
home for
Yeah,
50 years.
kind of like Lord of the Rings shit. Yeah, he was like
Yeah.
80
No,
years
but like,
old,
say,
but he
like,
looked like he was
so
45.
you can all this stuff. I feel like takes away from like what we would consider the human experience. Like, part of what makes everything so great for us is the scary, crazy part that like it's all gone tomorrow. Like,
Mm.
in a way, like if that's like,
Yeah.
for example, 20 years ago, there was one TV in a household, and like that shit was valuable. Like that shit,
Yeah.
people,
Yeah.
that shit broke. Yeah, they were like, yo,
It was
and people fought
expensive.
over it, and like
Mhm.
you know, now I take it for granted.
I can go get like a
Yeah.
75-inch TV at
So like,
Walmart
I feel
for
like
like
you would start
380
looking at
bucks.
life like that. Like you would just be like, oh, I'm here. I'm going to take it for granted. So like all the beautiful things that you would be experiencing if like you just waited for a second, like
Mm.
you wouldn't care about. Like I just feel like you would be able to just you'd be like, oh, I'm good. Like
On the flip side,
I'll see it
though,
tomorrow.
I feel like you would take more risks in a way because
Maybe, yeah.
you would
I
know,
mean, yeah,
like,
like
I'm going to
skydiving
take
and,
the
like-
trip because I've still got 80 years to make money
Yeah.
and, you know, whatever.
you'd have to keep that mindset. Like, I think that would be a hard.
Mhm.
See, I just want to know everything that this world has to offer. So I'd be like, fuck yeah, I'm immortal. I'm going to find out everything.
Which again, like, so
Because all I have is time.
Complete devil's advocate in the complete conspiracy world. Like, say that's true. Say you find out you live forever, but you find out this is a prison planet and now you can't get off.
Oh, see, that's the other thing.
Damn.
Like too much knowledge.
Then I would just make the most
Just
prison
shanking people.
shit
Like, there's a
ever
prison motherfucker.
if I found that out. Oh fuck! I'd be like, yo, prison
Prison
planet,
life.
motherfucker.
It's a really interesting, like, philosophy to think about, like taking away your mortality and like
it's just like I
what
hate
you would
so
value.
much of like the direction that we're going now, though, that I almost think I would just not want to bear like how much, like,
Ooh, would you put your consciousness in like another
I think I
body
would
or
do
like
that.
a machine
I would do
body
that
and
before I
live forever
did.
that way?
Like a digital singularity, like an upload. Yeah, I would do that before I have to live in this physical consciousness for ever. Again, because like, what if you find out?
No, I'm talking about like your
and you
body right
upload
now
your
is dying,
consciousness
right?
to
And
like a
they put you in
mainframe,
like a big
or a body,
to another body.
Either way, yeah,
to a baby
like
or something.
that.
Yeah.
I feel like is a little bit less like.
But does each time that your consciousness get uploaded,
see, that's why
do
it's
you
just like a
lose some of
past
your
life
previous
thing.
self?
Is
It
that what
depends on
happened technically in past lives?
But this is what I mean. Like, so if you're
Ooh.
living for that long and you are able to like somehow gain this knowledge, like, do you hit a point where that knowledge now is like so psychologically damaging to you that you can't bear the existence of living like that? Because if you do find out, like, oh shit, I chose to live like this forever, and I found out now if I died, I could have had another experience with like, or I could have met God, or like found out the existence of like other aliens or like, and now you're like, fuck. Like,
see, I'm much more I would like to be able with the knowledge see, that's the thing. We all have so many conditions or an individual condition. So like I would like with the knowledge I have now to like go back and live.
Oh yeah. Like if I woke up tomorrow morning and I was like age 15, 16, but I still had all the knowledge that I have now, be game the fuck over.
See, I do internally agree with you, but then I like my devil's advocate comes out. Like, part of me says, like, the nostalgia and the missing that 15 carelessness, recklessness so much as an adult, I'd be so easily to fall back in and not think about the shit that I know now and be like, yo, this is fun. I'm going to do the drugs now because I know it's hard later. I'm going to like, and then like, boom, you're dead. Like,
or you permanently alter, damage your brain chemistry.
Like, and then you never get to where you were. So like, you have like this weird butterfly effect where now like you're brain dead as like a teenager. Like, I don't know.
Stuck in a K-hole.
There's this is why, like, this is one of the most fascinating things. So this is a consciousness talk, essentially. It's like, what do you do with your consciousness if you know you can control it? Don't know. Yeah, because our knowledge right now is limited. But it might not be if we're out of this mortal coil.
No, probably not.
Oh man, sounds like you're about to start talking about cult.
Yet. No,
you shed your mortal
I always
coil.
love that turn of phrase.
I do too. Yeah,
to shove off this mortal coil. Like, I always like thought that was a nice way to say, like, I'm piecing the fuck out.
Very proper.
Yep. All right. Well,
get me out of this meat suit.
If you enjoyed this episode and you're still here, I don't know how much of this stayed in. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow us on all social media. So thank you guys as always. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Jen, awesome job. I love some middle age alchemy.
Yeah. Don't do it. Don't drink the mercury.
Just picturing some dude in like a white beater and sweatpants.
I got a jar of piss on my windowsill upstairs right now.
Oh. Yeah.
It's crystallizing as we speak. But he's got a Jersey accent for some reason.
Yeah, threw myself again.
That's what Mountain Dew is. It's distilled piss.
What's your definition of distilled?
Oh man. All right, strangers. Stay curious. Stay strange. Bye. Bye.
Right.
Peace.
Thank you for listening. If you would like to join us as a guest, suggest a topic, or have a story you want us to share, we'd love to hear from you. Email us at ssospodcast@gmail.com. For more behind-the-scenes updates and exclusive insights about SSOS, make sure to follow us on social media. And don't miss out on the fun. Be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Again, thank you for listening to the Secret Society of Strangers podcast. This show is an independent production, researched and crafted by our passionate team. But we couldn't do it without all of you. We truly appreciate your support. Embrace the unknown, for not all secrets are meant to be kept. Farewell, strangers.